or rather sets, that I'm talking about. Smash Summit 11 Grand
That
Finals.
was a last stock game. I
Mang0
don't remember
versus
that.
Zayn.
God, he delays that there. Oh, the shield drop.
Zayn dropping the punish.
That's it. He
I can't believe Zayn lost his jump there.
Mang0 winning his
I would never believe that Zayn lost
ever
his jump there.
Smash Summit.
Speaking of which, the first time Zayn has lost to a Fox in over 2 years since he faced Leffen at Smash and Splash 5, and oh yeah,
That's
Mang0 had
crazy.
to reverse sweep and beat Zayn twice on Final Destination
That's
just
kinda
to
crazy.
reset the bracket.
2 years? That's just crazy, like, domination.
Just listen to Brandon.
We got a reset.
Why is
No
Mang0
matter
here
which way
now?
you cut it, there was something special in the air. Despite being
Just
seeded
woke up.
into winner's side of the final bracket, Mang0 lost in the first round to
Mang0 said
Plum,
something in the
meaning
air.
He had to enter tags on Twitter. Let's just say Mang0
Played League
grabbed
of
us by the
Jesus
throat and threw us
Christ.
back in time to Pound 3, EVO 2013, press start. His losers runs are as crucial to his legacy as his love of a good brewski. But here's the thing.
I like how they show
Mang0's
the one where
won
he gets
a
sprayed
lot
all over
of
you.
tournaments in his career. He's also got Revival of Melee, EVO 2014, the Big House 6, all tournaments he entered grand finals from on the winner's side.
You definitely have more than that.
Of Armada. No, but wait a minute. That's it.
So here's our
You
question.
definitely have more than that, don't
Is
you?
Mang0 who could possibly be the contender to his throne? Let's dispense with the legend for now.
HVox actually
These are the
fainted on
stats
stream.
behind loser side Mang0.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that. This is so much of a Mang0 circuit trick, and on the one hand, I'm like kind of cool with it, but on the other hand, it makes me very uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, first things first. Let's talk some numbers.
It's
Our
a
database
lot.
doesn't go back forever. The PG stats era dates back to late 2015. Since then, there are 20,976 completed Melee tournaments in our database. Of those, 7,196, that's 34.3%, have been won from the loser side.
I think really,
Limiting
I feel
things
like
to
it'd be
just
lower than
tournaments
that.
of 200 players or more, we see the players who make it on the
That's
winner's
kinda
side
surprising.
perform a bit better. Of the 299 tournaments of
That's
at
kinda
least
surprising.
200 entrants in the PG stats era, 75 of them have been won from losers, just under 25%. According
That
to
makes
some
more
old
sense.
data trawling by yours truly,
20 cents about
through
what I would
Smash Summit
consider.
11, the results: 46 winner side wins, 15 loser side wins. That's
Interesting, Mang0.
26.2% of Mang0's wins coming from the loser side.
Interesting,
That's
Mang0.
almost exactly average. That's
Very
not
interesting.
special at all. But it
What do you have
doesn't
to say for
feel like
yourself?
we're looking at... Remember, for every round you lose prior to grand finals, you have to win 2 extra sets in losers.
Yes, you do.
An early loss very well might mean the difference between playing 1 god or 4. And then there's the players on the cusp, the players who, having the right day, could just take down a Mang0. Leffen, Chu, Army, and Amsa, for example, all have winning records against Mang0 offline in the PG stats era. And a winning record isn't...
Why is Leffen in this group of... Am I... What? Huh? Well, why is Amsa in here? What?
all have winning records against Mang0 offline in the PG stats era. And a winning record
What?
isn't totally necessary. We've got 26
Players that could have
in
sent you
our
11 won
database
Super
with 1
Majors.
set win on Mang0, and that's when he's not a few beers in. Once
Alright,
you're
whatever.
losers, any of those players
Sure,
could
bro.
be a threat. We're limiting it to tournaments of at least 200 players plus summits.
Okay,
Let's
good.
also make sure we have our rules in order. Does it really
Okay.
feel like a loser's run when somebody loses in grands and wins the reset?
No, it does
That's
not.
a loser's walk at best, so we won't count those here.
All right,
in the
I
PG
agree.
stats era, 10 players have won majors. Let's break down how they've done it.
They used the fucking... You know what? This is video, great video. Happy
Has
they
been
used that
through
picture.
Winners. Look at Leffen's win rate.
Leffen has won everything from winners? Wait, are you serious? Leffen's not made a single loser's run? What?
If there was ever a set of data that made me want to be an armchair
That's actually
psychiatrist,
crazy to me. That's like mind-boggling.
that might be a topic for another time.
Leffen's won a lot of events too. He won Evo, he won SmashCon, he won Beast, he won fucking Gommel,
Another video. Let's
CEO.
focus.
He's won
That's
a lot of
Mang0,
events.
Second to the left, having won a whopping 40% of
All right,
his
Mang0.
tournaments through losers, far above the 25% win
All right,
rate
all
from
right, Mang0.
losers established
Making a comeback.
before. And that number goes down when you look at majors too. Among these majors won, only about 12% were won through a loser's run. Just about nobody does it like Mang0.
All right. I'll give it to you,
But
Mango.
look,
Not
Pizza
bad,
King
not bad.
sits at number 1 at a whopping 50%. But that doesn't tell the whole story
Hasn't Mewtwo King only won like 2 majors?
either. Quality matters, of course, but so does quantity. And as memorable
Like in the
as
PG
Mewtwo
Stats
King's
era?
losers runs at Canada Cup 2017 and CEO Dreamland were, that's the full list for Mewtwo King in the PG Stats era.
Yeah, okay, so he
Let's
wanted
take
to be
another crack at
exact.
this.
Okay, sure.
Here we have the cumulative
the other one was
lengths of
impressive.
losers
Gom was
runs
impressive.
for all players to win a major from 2016 through the present. Mewtwo King with 8 is actually
True,
the
Emily.
lowest of the 4. Then comes Armada with his I'm Not Yelling, Smash and Splash 4, and Smash Summit 2 runs, the latter of which held up as the longest Summit losers run by a winner until the boy himself, Mang0, broke it at Smash Summit 11. Mang0's 32 sets across his losers runs at DreamHack
So what we're saying is that Smash Summit 12 I was correct.
Austin 2016.
That's all I'm
Press
getting
Start,
from this right
Royal
now.
Flush, the Big House 9, and Smash Summit 11 dwarf the other two. But it looks like there's room for another bar.
That's all
on
I'm
this
getting from this.
What is that? That is striking. Beginning with EVO 2016,
HBox also
Hungry
enters
Box
a lot
has
more,
won
though.
35
HBox
sets
is actually
across
really good
7
from
tournament
losers,
wins through
but he also
losers
plays
in
at a
the
lot
PG
more
Stats
events.
Era. Part of this is a matter of opportunity. Hungry Box
Yeah,
attended
okay,
and won
okay.
far more tournaments than Mang0 over this period, so it
That's what I
makes
was
sense
saying.
that he has collected more losers runs. Why is Mang0 known as the loser's god and
Okay, I don't agree with that because I've always said HBox is like crazy good on losers. I've said for a while that HBox is like one of the is like arguably like top 2 losers bracket players of all time.
HBox as Clutch Box? Maybe it's because HBox's wins are just part of a lot of.
Zane picking up the controller here will never not
Maybe
kill
it's
me.
because HBox's wins
Good
are
guy,
just
Zane.
part of a lot of large numbers. No, that's not it.
Sure.
There, HBox has Mang0 beat, and winning a single major through losers is a pretty monumental feat. After all, it only took one losers run for us to get it about Mang0. The truth is, just looking at the past 5 years can't answer why we think of Mang0 so differently, because both of these players.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I do agree that Mango's amazing in losers, but there is an there's like an undeniable factor here that people like Mango's play, and so when he makes a losers run, they just think it's more hype. That's not all of it, but that is like undoubtedly 40% of it, minimum. Like, it just is. There's no way to get around that. It is. But he's still the best. It's just not by the amount that people say he is.
Career.
It's not 90. No. It's not 90. He's the best he's the best, like, in my opinion, almost for sure. But a lot of like the colloquial, I guess, opinion, whatever you want to call it, is just like it elevates way too high.
Start long before.
Mango, the way I look at it, let's say like you're comparing like a fucking all-star to an MVP. Like, I would say you're an MVP over an all-star, and then people elevate you to like fucking Babe Ruth, which maybe you're on the context of this game, but then everyone else would have to be pegged up as well. Like, HBox would be like a first ballot Hall of Famer. He just wouldn't be fucking inner tier player.
For that.
You know what I mean?
We have to look beyond the PG Stats era.
Yeah, he's a crowd
With the
favorite.
Buster, of course. if
Now,
you know
HBox
Mango,
or
you should
Mango
know
definitely
one
has like on average the
Expect
best
the
losers runs.
unexpected.
That's just not
So Mango
deniable.
proceeded to dumbfound everyone by doing the thing.
Also, the thing I'll say, the one thing that I hope they talk about that actually separates it, it's not that any given loser run is better. It's that he does it in 2008, then in 2010, then in 2013, then in 2015, then in 2018, then in 2021. Like, to me, that's why it's so impressive. Because every era, he tears through a bunch of fucking new players that came up, and he just shits on them and then wins the tournament. That, to me, is way more impressive. It's the longevity more than anything
No
else.
one thought he would.
That, to me, is like the way
in
more
pools.
impressive part.
Rounds
Would you
of
agree,
pools,
Mango?
Each leading into the next for his series of
Or did he leave
matches,
this
but
okay.
in round 1, he lost to MDVA.
I think that's
Luigi
way more
Biz.
impressive.
Yep. He still qualifies for round 2.
People say the only thing you have is longevity. One, that's just false. Like, you were number 1 twice on official rankings, and then undoubtedly number 1 again at another era, and then you're probably number 1 now unofficially again. And then that's just wrong. Yes, you might not have been as consistently good as like Adam was for a 5-year stretch, but you've done it for twice as long overall. Like, it's just different. I think that's ridiculous.
2 pools. And look,
I think
there's
it's just like
the CEO
ridiculous.
himself.
That's a
Plank,
stupid thing to say.
A strong player.
It's not the
but
only thing
surely
you
he's
have.
got. And then in his 3rd round.
Also, not going to get into this, floaties are inherently more consistent than spaceys. That's something I do have to say. They have other things that make them worse, but floaties are inherently more consistent than spaceys. That is an undeniable truth.
Pool, he drops.
That
a
is
set
an
to New
undeniable
Jersey
truth.
Captain Falcon Sensei. So not only does Mango lose
There's
at
no way
round
around
3, he loses 3 times darts.
Yeah, it's way less
An
volatile. It
inauspicious
just
start
is.
for the player. And of course, we know Silent Wolf now as an incredible Donkey Kong Country speedrunner, so Mango never had a chance. After 1 round of bracket,
Shut
Mango was in losers. And of
I miss
course,
watching.
that's where our
Silent Wolf was
story
so good.
truly begins.
He was so underrated. I went back to watch shit that he does now. Silent Wolf might be the most underrated melee player of all time.
What followed is
He might actually be the most
undoubtedly
underrated player of all time.
incredible
He's so good.
breakout performance the game had ever seen.
There's shit he does
After
back
starting
then that
losers
I like
round
think
one,
about now. I'm like,
Mang0 ran through a gauntlet
I should
of
just
the
be doing
best
this. This is
players
amazing.
the
Nobody's
world
doing
had
this.
to offer. With rest after rest after back air after rest, Mang0
How many characters did Jason play? Fox,
rest after
Sheik,
back air
Puff,
after
and
rest.
Mark. Did he go 4 characters against you?
Mang0 eviscerated Mewtwo King and sealed his place in the history books with one of the single most iconic moments in Melee's history.
Please don't tell me he won 4 characters.
With
Oh
Mang0's
my
victory,
god.
he had claimed his first ever major. Won
Dog,
10
stick
sets
with
in a
one
row,
character.
and delivered the
Fuck.
Melee scene a system shock that would change it forever. You know when we said
Big
a
word
grand
roll.
finals
Nice
reset
job,
does not a loser's run make? Well, to be honest, neither does losing in winners finals. You only need to win one set in losers after that to make it back to grands. That's not really what we mean when we talk about losers runs, right? So let's take a
Sure,
look at the data
I'll-
again, but limit
That's
only
definitely
to
you won from losers,
runs that
but you
start
didn't
in
make a
winner
losers run. Just
semis
just
or
a
earlier.
little distinction.
From the
Yeah, you have a lot of good
absolutely
runs that ended
incredible
second.
Pikachu 914. With Pikachu's help, we analyzed 138 tournaments, every single
Summit
major
12.
since the dawn of Melee. Huge thanks
Summit
to Pikachu
12.
and the rest of the Melee stats team.
You will not. The biggest proponent of like my character's broken. If you are playing off and the Fox is just technically sound, not even like making good decisions, and they're playing fast and sound, you just lose. Like there's nothing you can do. If you're out of gas and the Fox can still play, you're done.
For helping us make this
That's
video
just kind of the
possible.
game. That's
Now,
just GG.
without further ado, let's look at that same definition for a
Fox
loser's
definitely
run,
has that
but with
privilege.
every
He's just too
tournament
fast.
considered.
He's too
We're
fast.
gonna
And
look
he's too
across
good
the
at just
entire
packing on
span
damage.
of Melee's long history.
I do think I played this set pretty well, but it was
Now it's becoming
obvious
a
you were
bit
just
clearer
off.
why Mang0's
Like
the
you were
GOAT.
done.
In total,
Zane doesn't have anything from. I guess. Yeah, I guess
it's
not.
happened 26 times. Mang0 is responsible for 9 of them.
Zane doesn't really go to
Hungrybox and
losers that
Ken,
early, and the
5
few times he did, he just
which
lost
means
immediately.
in total, 3 sets.
Zane just doesn't lose early.
8.
Again, not to discredit Zane, it's just like a part of his like character. Marth, again, inherently a lot more consistent until like top level. But again, the problem with Marth is that if you run into a cracked Spacey who's just playing really well and they're on your level, or a cracked Falcon or a Sheik playing well, you have a much lower chance of just winning randomly.
Hbox
It's
has
much harder.
29 and Ken has 24.
It's just
At
consistency
this
over
point,
peaks, in my
it's
opinion.
clear
I
that
think Marth's more
Mang0's got the
consistent.
most losers runs. You see, we've written out all the Hungrybox data as if it's one player, but that's not true. Now, you see, Hungrybox is actually 2 different players. The God who existed before EVO 2015, and the inevitable Titan who was just starting to come into being at that tournament.
So that's what I mean. Like, that's part that you can't do that. That's like, that's just his legacy. Like, he had a, well, whatever. If you're cutoff, I think cutoff is when you start winning majors. When you start winning majors, that's the cutoff to me. You can't do a random cutoff later. I disagree. Like, I'm not gonna count a lot of the shit between like my set to like Zane and Mang0 until I won Riptide, because it just doesn't matter to me. It's like I hadn't won a major yet. I wasn't good enough to win a major. After that, everything gets counted. I don't care. I don't care if I don't win a major for another 5 years. That counts. Wait, you were fucking him up. What happened?
Oh, great.
That jump,
Again,
that
that's a
jump.
read.
Never mind. Yeah. This is the percent where back air.
Oh no, you're gonna get killed here. What are you doing?
Yo! Do you remember? Super Pro stuff. Mang0!
This is Let's Cancel Jump Squat, chat. The most annoying thing on the planet.
Mang0!
Probably my least favorite melee mechanic, period.
Mang0 again, just flying.
First, it wasn't a giant problem, but the closer he got to number 1 is like when kind of like the mentality issue started happening. It was one of those like the second he would get close to winning a tournament, he'd be like, "Oh, this is it. I'm finally about to win. I'm finally going to hit rank 1. I'm finally about to do this."
Christ,
And a lot of like coaching is about silencing that voice. That kind of voice isn't as much of a problem in like say like slower games like chess, but in a game like Melee, each one of those thoughts, every active voice is something that detracts from your current reaction time, your current gameplay.
Yes,
So
it
like, you
is.
really have to be completely like without
Yes, it
any
is.
voice, just in the zone.
So here's the thing.
One of the hardest things to deal with.
Hbox literally, sure, Mang0 might still have the higher from losers win rate, but
That's
as we saw
hilarious.
with Puff Evolution,
Do you know, I can't
Sure,
explain.
Mang0
If
might
I
still have
lost a set to this, I would fucking mauled.
the higher
I would be actually livid if I ever lost like
from
this.
losers
Fucking dude messes up his up smash, but you jumped into it and
win
it's a
rate,
fucking.
but as we saw
Oh my
earlier,
God, I'd be
Hbox
so pissed
handily
off.
beats him out in the sets
You meant to
won
do that?
from
Uh-huh.
losers, nicely to really be the
I did. You
Hbox
didn't play in
era.
2013.
Oh,
That was actually sick.
And he gets the
That was actually sick.
And Hbox! What?
our controllers didn't work. We went for reads. I go for reads.
But we still have
I read more than the other top boxes, I think, actually.
In the modern era,
Sure.
Hungrybox may hold a candle to Mang0's flame. He's even got a run greater than 7 sets himself with Low Tier City. But Mang0 has been doing this since his first major victory ever.
Who's at low tier city? I think that going into the people you beat is like very, very, very important here. If you're not going into the people you beat, that's like pretty shitty. So he beat Zane twice, which is nice. Beat Mang0. Okay, beat Mang0. Beats Mang0 and Zane, which is great. Doesn't beat anyone else that I'd really be concerned about him losing to, though. I know Albert had just beaten him. Yeah, sure, whatever. That's pretty much obviously a fluke. Fiction was not as good at the time. Beat None. None wasn't quite the player he was now. Beat Morse Code. I mean, it's good to beat Zane and Mang0, but that's a run. Like, the thing is, you can do that run from winners. Like, that's very,
stopped.
to me, that's like something you could just
And when
do
it
from
comes to
winners
the sheer
anyways.
magnitude of the losers runs, nobody does it like Mang0.
Like, I think my losers run at Summit 8 was probably almost as impressive as that.
We shifted the
And I didn't even win.
goalposts a lot
I know it's different when
in
you
this
don't win, but I'm
video.
saying by quality
But
people
that's
beat, I didn't even
because
win that
for
tournament.
all of our stats, this isn't a video about statistical truths. But imagine a world where Hungrybox really is a completely different player after Crunch. One who starts playing in 2015, and EVO 2016 is one of his first majors. He wouldn't just be Clutchbox. He's one of the greatest losers players of all time. If we're really thinking of HBox as two different
That's Clutchbox, though. That's what Clutchbox means.
players,
That's
the
why he's
post-2015 HBox, Mang0's came after. He's the buster, always down on his luck, but with the promise of his earlier days.
He's
that
not a
no matter
buster
how
either. Like,
down,
bro,
he's
Spacey's,
never
give
out.
me one Spacey that's ever been, like, hyper consistent. Give me literally one. That doesn't get, like,
There's
whack-ass
Ken,
losses.
Who honestly was just as great a loser.
It's never
during
existed.
His reign runs don't
SFAT?
often come from an
Leffen literally lost a love it to GTX. Leffen missed top 8 at Summit.
underdog who's truly down.
Summit
and out.
9.
They usually result from the best player in the world suffering an early loss.
Leffen
and then
lost to Zane
proving
before Zane
just
was, like,
how
even
dominant
good.
They are. Does it in a more conventional way. There's no DK or Link Dittos, no sets dropped to tournament organizers, and when he beats M2K twice, he does it from the winner's bracket. He'd still be worthy of that crown on his Jigglypuff, but would he be the loser's god we see today? Probably not.
I'd probably go Puff on HBox on Dreamland. It might be... Dude, that's just fucking annoying. Although, I've beaten him multiple times. Jesus Christ. Pretty good video. I don't like that they kind of separate HBox as player. I get why they do it, but it's like... To me, that's just tampering with statistics to make an argument more likely, which I don't really like. You know what I mean? I feel like that's not being faithful to the actual argument. To which HBox... I mean, HBox is the clear other contender. I don't mind the HBox talk. I don't think you can just cherry pick statistic though. It is telling a story, sure, but I don't think it's faithful to the argument. Either way, pretty cool.